Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video I'm going to take you through the week ahead analysis. We're going to go through the news for the week as well as some other trading opportunities. So starting off with the news, we've actually had some recent data out, which is the French presidential election, and what we have seen is that the French President Emmanuel Macron has been re-elected, so we could see some euro upside in the short term. We then have the Bank of Canada Governor Macklem speaking on Monday, so we could see the Canadian dollar, some volatility in there. But I've outlined a few that are going to be a few kind of news or data sets that's going to be really interesting for us this week. We've actually got some first quarter earnings out this week. We've got the likes of sort of Apple, Amazon, Coca-Cola, the large corporations in the US announcing their first quarter earnings. So that's going to be quite big for the stock markets. We've seen some actual really decent drops in the stock market last week. So it's going to be interesting to see if these first quarter earnings could reverse that or whether we're going to see that continue. We have some Aussie CPI data out as well, looking likely, or forecasts showing there's potential to show an increase in inflation. And then the one that I'm really looking forward to this week in terms of just seeing how interesting the news could be around this, we do have a Bank of Japan outlook report. Now we know that the yen has been extremely weak recently, which could actually provide some potential opportunities for the reversal going into this week. Considering what's been happening, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, really interesting to see if the Bank of Japan report will kind of address the current yen weakness that we're seeing in the markets. Now, Bank of Japan usually like a weaker yen, as the Japan likes to, is a big exporter, so they like the yen to be fairly weak. So interesting to see what that report says there. Going on to the strength meter then, no real significant changes. The only change that we've been looking for that has started to potentially happen now is that Aussie weakness coming from those extreme highs, starting to push a little bit lower now. So that's what's making me want to start looking really into Aussie weakness a little bit more than what we have been looking at. We have been looking at it over the past couple of weeks with the Kiwi as well, which has been getting weaker. So we're expecting those to continue. Yen still at the extreme lows, looking for some potential reversal here as well. So I'm going to kick off with Aussie US dollar, and we've had another strong bearish close from last week, so looking for this potential momentum to continue to the downside. We highlighted a few weeks ago that the commitment to trader reports were showing an increased selling pressure of the Australian dollar on the commercial side of things, and we've started to see that selling continue. So that combined with some dollar strength is what's really pushing this market to the downside. I've said 4 hour here, but I've highlighted the daily chart here on Aussie US dollar, and we can see that we've started to form a new low there. So if price could potentially pull back into this previous resistance zone, we could start looking for some short opportunities on Aussie US dollar. Moving on to Kiwi then, I think Kiwi is one of the weakest currencies at the moment. You want to be looking at potential opportunities on Kiwi. We looked last week at potentially getting, short in and around key areas through here. Ended up getting a nice sort of double top and price pushing to the downside. I'm expecting that to continue going into this week. Again, another strong bearish close. Looks like we're heading back towards these 6,550 lows. So I want to be seeing those lower lows, lower highs continue. So I've highlighted this little area just through here, around about 0.6710 to 0.6730. Looking to see if price can come back up into this zone, reject, show bearish price action, and look for some further downsides. So that's what I'm looking for there on Kiwi dollar. Finally then, Aussie yen. So looking for some potential downside here. Now the reason why I like the opportunity of Aussie yen is for multiple reasons. So whenever I look at these charts, there's always a reason why I want to be involved in the market. It's not just about opening a chart and trading that chart. It's about understanding what could potentially happen to that market. So the first things first, we've got the strength meter suggesting that the Aussie is moving lower and the yen is at the extreme low. So we could be in for a reversal. Secondly, we have stock markets, okay, last week falling. Okay, now we were actually looking for some stock market longs last week, but it actually didn't break above the key area we were looking for to see those buyers step in. We had a complete reversal. Now when the stock markets underperform, Aussie yen usually underperforms as well, and we usually see a downside move in that market. So stocks are down. We also have US 10-year yields. Okay, so the US 10-year yields, apologize for my poor handwriting there. US 10-year yields have found a little bit of resistance, potentially moving to the downside as well. Could strengthen the yen in the short term. So lots of different factors at the moment suggesting that we could start to see a bit of a breakout here to the downside. And on the 4-hour chart, I've highlighted a couple of areas of interest. Firstly, this area here, around about the 93.75. If price can find resistance in this area, I'll happily look for some ideas to get short around this area. If price was to break up to the upside around about 94.60, again, I'll be looking for some potential downside coming in at these key areas through here. That's around about the area of this previous low as well. So looking at some further downside to Aussie yen, especially if we can get, or if we do see the stock markets continue to fall going into this week. So keep an eye on those charts. Those are the ones that I'm looking at going into this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content. And I'll speak to you in the next video.